Hey, update time. It's a good one. I've mentioned on here several times, kind of like a weird health issue I've had. Um, with my face, I had it would kind of come on. My eye would get itchy and kind of like tingly, even on my cheek, and sometimes down to my chin, and even on the back of my head. It was always on my left side. So we checked heart and all that stuff. I felt fine otherwise, besides this, and it would come kind of like most of the time it would come in the evening when I get home. And I felt fine. Like I didn't feel like, oh, this is because of this or that. I'd just be sitting there and then suddenly be like, oh man, here it goes again. So my doctor, he's kind of a new doctor. He thought could be like a mild thing of like Bell's palsy. I'm like, okay, there's no like droopy face or anything. But he said, go to a dentist. I'm like, okay, doctor, great. I'll go to a dentist. He didn't like, the doctor didn't even like, I don't know, check my ears or eyes or anything. He just said, go to a dentist. So I'm like, okay. So I'll go to a dentist. And my dentist I've known for quite a while. I really respect him. But I was a little skeptical. Be like, okay, I'm going to see a dentist in May, but I got to go now. It's a little bit further away. But I called them up, and the receptionists there are really great people, and she was very responsive to my weird kind of like, hey, can I come in, get checked for this kind of thing? And she's like, oh yeah, like he'll want to know what's happening with that. Come in next week. So yeah, I had to book a day off at work and everything, and I was like, I hope this isn't just a waste of time. And I went in, and he kind of did a couple checks for certain kind of nerve issues, and there wasn't nothing really responded. He said that's really good, but he said it probably is a nerve thing, and through some anxiety or stress can manifest in that way, especially in that, I can't remember the name of the nerve, but it kind of rakes across here and actually goes to the back of your head. And you would just feel it on the same side, on the left side, and that's where I felt it. And he talked me through that. He said that can kind of flare up at times. He knows I started a new job, and there's a few other things going on that I guess would make me stressed, but I just didn't feel it at all. And he had a hygienist there as well, and she actually was telling me about her experience and kind of very similar stuff, kind of out of the blue manifestation of symptoms. But it was just nice to talk to a familiar face. Our doctor retired last year, and I just miss him. He was our doctor for, when Barbara and I talk about him, we almost tear up because, he went through everything with us with, deliveries, babies, and all that stuff. So it was nice to talk to a familiar face. And the wild thing is, once they kind of told me all that, I left and instantly felt better. Once I knew kind of what it was, I knew it wasn't, something crazy or something to really, like, if I would have just kept sitting around me like, what is this? What is this? What is this? A million different ideas can come into my head. And but once they figured out, yeah, this is what these symptoms look like. If it doesn't get better, give us a call, and we're a phone call away from a specialist. So once I had that ball rolling with that, it seemed to alleviate the seeming stress I had. But the main thing that really shocked me is I didn't feel stressed at all. I know it was a new job and everything, but I actually felt kind of like less stressed. So that's something to think about if you are feeling something in your body telling you something, or uncomfortable, or headaches or things like that. Like, it could be anxiety or stress, and you might not even know it. You might sleep pretty well, laugh all the time, enjoy your job. You still might have stress. So I'm glad that worked through. And when it comes to sort of all my other things that I worry about. Again, for me, it's always coming back to like, you know, we all have issues. Like I talk a lot about the eye floater stuff. They still haven't gone away. There's a lot of snow now, makes them worse. But I've just kind of accepted them, and knowing that, man, like I would rather have these eye floaters than that weird everyday thing for an hour in my face. So I'm very thankful for that. And I think, as well, as I said last time, I've had these eye floaters for this would be at least like maybe 2 years or 18 months. This is my second winter for sure. And my eyes are getting smarter. They're getting smarter. I still see them all the time. I know they're there. If I really focus on them, I see them floating around. But when I go about my day and when I look to what I'm looking at and what I'm doing, there's a much less impact on me. So I think that's the only solution I think about, besides getting all worked up over it and getting surgery. I understand people would have much worse floaters. For me, it's a pretty 3D web in my left eye going all over the place. So if yours is worse than that, I feel for you. There's probably, you know, things you can do, and like some of these treatments might work. But for me, this is where I'm at. And if you're kind of like, well, I got a few floaters, I suggest, yeah, just keep going. Your eyes are going to get smarter. You're going to figure out to look past them. Yeah, and like I look at the snow and I think, man, this sucks. But when the snow is gone, my eyes are going to be that much more in tune, because I'm not going to have all that white. So it's kind of like a big exercise for my eyes right now to be like, yeah, here's your ultimate test. Lots of white. How are you going to deal with it? And then when the white's gone, it's going to be a lot better. So that's my way to go. So anyways, it's kind of a good update. I think I feel pretty good right now. So thankful.